Hello, 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 my beautiful people. Welcome to another video. Gonna be reacting to Charleston White. He finally covered the Charlie Kirk in an interview with Say Cheese TV. So I wanted to cover this. He been talking noise about Charlie Kirk this whole 2 weeks since he been gone, but now that he's finally simmered down and got on the interview, he's letting his real self out. I reacted a little bit to it, on my own, but really wanted to do it with you guys. So let's get into the topic. Let's see what he got going.
Bust through the walls to come get me. When did nobody die? Was nothing. The old words came to my mind. He said, "Ain't nobody getting in the car with you and you fight police. You go downtown and talk bad to white people. What? Don't know do that. Dr. King didn't talk to white folks like you. Malcolm didn't talk to white folks bad. So this is what made me turn to the others. Because they ain't got no mental asylum to erase me in. That's what made me say, you gang banging. Why you don't say nothing to white folks? Because white folks will do this to me. You ain't gonna do nothing. So nigga, why would I make white folk mad unless they make me mad? I don't bother white folk by problems. I ain't f***ing with white folk because they done something. I'm f***ing with white folk because I f*** with everybody. How y'all gonna tell me what I can't say? It was fun and dandy when I talked about the George Floyd and his daughter. It was fun and dandy when they had the Uvalde school shooting. I made mockery of the Uvalde Mexican babies getting killed. It was funny when I made the Houston news talking about raping Asian babies. It was funny when I was talking about the Jews and Aiden Ross' sister. Now it's on y'all. And y'all used to love me, set my tickets, but now it's on y'all. I told y'all I don't like nobody. I like white pussy. I don't like white people. I like Chick-fil-A. I like the Constitution. White folks just happen to be in the way of that. But I don't like nothing and nobody to say I won't talk about them if something happens. It's what I get paid for. It's called satire comedy.
When Charlie Kirk died, I looked up your name on Twitter, and a lot of people said that you were the Charlie Kirk for black people.
There's no such thing as a Charlie Kirk for black people. No. Let me tell you why. Because I'm a black man that stopped looking at white people's problems and started looking at my people's problems. Charlie Kirk didn't look at his people's problem. He stayed looking at black people's problem as if we're the problem. We're not the problem. We don't have an impact on foreign and free trade that allow all these immigrants into the white man's country. We didn't bring them over here. We didn't bring the drugs. We didn't bring the dope. So the CIA have never, the CIA and FBI have never targeted no group of people like they have targeted black people. And even J. Edgar Hoover said there would never be a black messiah unless we make them. So they go kill all our black messiahs. So my problem with people saying Kirk is like me, he ain't stood up to the white supremacists. He ain't stood up to the skinheads. I've been standing up to the negative elements and the detriment of black people. He ain't looked to white people and said, hey, we got a bunch of white kids shooting up schools. Say we got a bunch of white kids and their babies. We lead the nation in child pedophilia and molestation of children. Hey, man, we need that Epstein list out. They say the president's name is on that list. He ain't doing that to his people. He was.
I really like where Charleston White is going with a lot of what he's saying. But I want to give a little bit of clarity and just, I don't know, some food for thought, right? Like Charlie Kirk, when he got on these podiums debating with these college students, you would see sometimes him talking to people about the black community, and Charleston's absolutely right. Like Charleston himself would worry about the black community. He don't talk about other communities really unless he talking down to them, because he plays a character, right? But Charlie Kirk, he really just didn't single out black people, but he talked about a lot of different other cultures as well. But in his defense, he did call out the government plenty of times because, and I'm not trying to make it a white black thing because I really don't like to have that white black conversation. But in the sake of this conversation, Charlie Kirk really did call out the government. It's just that when he talked about black people, he would be wrong on his takes. Sometimes he'd be wrong on his takes about governmental issues, especially the statistics. When I'm hearing from Charlie Kirk that 2 out of 3 black men aren't, um, you know, in a child's life, or 50% of the black population is causing harm or committing crimes, I'm sitting there looking like, the hell, what? Where are you getting these numbers? Because y'all got to think about that 50%. So half of us is committing crimes. What sense does that make, right? Charlie Kirk was just wrong, absolutely wrong about the statistics that he spewed. Now, we'll get into that deeper later in the video. People would call him a racist because he would spit that rhetoric about black people, but he wasn't just wrong about black people. He was wrong about other issues as well, but we can get into that later. Charlie Kirk was spewing the same rhetoric that a lot of these news outlets were spewing. They would just hint it in different lights. CNN would put down the black man and try to uplift the black woman. CNN would say those same statistics that Charlie Kirk was saying, but spin it in a different narrative. That's my take on it. But we'll get down deeper. I love this.
He was a talking point who spread a lot of misinformation, almost the borderline of lying. The statistics that he was using was false. Black people don't commit 50% of the murders in this country. We commit 50% of black murders, which is a small fraction compared to the Mexicans, the whites, the immigrants. So and then, homie.
And we finna go in on this interview. Let's look that up right here. Hold on, y'all. And Charleston White got the numbers wrong, because if you listen to him, he said 50% of black people in the black community commit 50% of the murders in their own community. If you read here, now I'll post it up for you guys. It says sometimes people confuse 50% of the homicides are committed by black offenders. A misreading of FBI arrest data with 50% of black people commit homicide. In reality, the arrest statistic means that all of the homicide arrests nationwide are about half involve black offenders. Both those offenders represent a very small slice of the total black population. Yes, most of the black victims are committed by black offenders, interracial, just as white victims are by white offenders, but the share of the black people who actually commit murder is a tiny fraction, far less than 1%, nowhere near close to 50%, like people believe. And really, like I said, it's so confusing, because when I'm around black folk, I've been in black communities, even when I'm in the hood, everybody ain't no killer. Everybody ain't robbing. Everybody ain't stealing. It's usually a small group of people in that community that's causing havoc. And on the neighborhood next, it's another small group. The thing is, those small groups all sometimes gather around the same area. It may look like a lot, but no, it's not.
He's challenging children. I'm challenging adults. So we are not the same.
Yeah, that's another thing.
He wasn't putting his life on the line because he was talking just about black people. He never talked about nobody else as if black people are America's problem. So that's my problem with that shit. Hell, he ain't know me. I stand up to the gangbangers, the killers. I pick on the bullies of the race. He picked on the weakest of the race, the small, undeveloped brains of our children on the college level, on the entry college level.
Y'all had a lot of the same points though.
And I'm sorry I keep pausing it, but you know, I got to challenge Charleston White there just to say that, you know, there is a method to the mass madness to challenge these kids at these colleges, because it's really that place for debate where they're going through life wondering what route they should take, what they truly believe in. That's really when you truly developing your spine. And he wanted to set the forefront of what, you know, being a conservative Christian man was, you know, and showing them, you know, a good side of politics, because, you know, he was deep in the political realm as well. That's just my challenge on that. But you can also say that when he comes to these debate, everybody want to give him high praises for his takes. He debated children. He debated children that didn't really know whether they believe whether they really believed what they believed in that moment. Really, you think about when you was 19, when you were really young, like, and how you've changed to who the person you are today. You was really gung ho on what you believed in then, but what you believe in now. Now, I know I had a few things. So, you know, that goes to say, you know, the people he was challenging were easy work, easy prey, food. Honestly, if you think about it, that's why there was rarely anybody that could challenge him on his takes about Black people.
No, he didn't. He was lying. He said Dr. King was a horrible man. I didn't say he was a horrible man. I say he was a whoremongering preacher. That don't make him a horrible man. Donald Trump is a whoremonger. He ain't never called him a horrible man.
That's true.
Donald Trump got rape allegations. Bill Clinton, rape allegations. The prince over there in rape allegation, the Jew rape allegation. So you never heard him call anybody a horrible man, but he won't say Dr. King is a horrible man. He's a lying motherfucker. Dr. King talk peace. So yeah, man. So no. So we've never said.
I think with slavery, y'all both. He mentioned something about slavery.
Because and there's a lot of things I don't agree with Dr. King, but I will give him that. Like, he did preach peace. He lived out peace. He lived a whole nother lifestyle behind the, you know, closed scenes, right? We found that out, right? But hey, he did preach peace. A whole white man spit in his face. He ain't do nothing. So
You say all you say it all the time.
He said we was better off with slavery.
Yeah, you say that too.
He said we were better off than we are today. He a lying motherfucker. We got rights today. We were better off together. But my rhetoric and his rhetoric do not align. We were not better off as slaves when a white man can rape a Black woman and be excused.
But in past interviews, you did say slavery needs to come back when it's out of control. You have said that a few times.
No. He's not advocating for slavery to come back. He's advocating that we were better off as Black people as slaves.
Okay.
I'm saying we need these conditions to strengthen us as Black people again. We wasn't better off. We were just stronger.
So I have to challenge Charleston White on that point. I think what Charlie was trying to get at was, and I don't even think it was really during the slavery era. It was the era of the civil rights movement before it, you know, got signed off. We were better. You know, 80% of us were sticking together as a family. Business. We had Black businesses. We had Black Wall Street. We had a lot of, you know, things that were Black owned because of the segregation. We developed our own stuff. The Black Panther Party is kind of known for this. These people that just wanted to call. Also treated aid. They treated aid for children, people who got hurt, people who didn't have the money to afford any health care, things of that nature. Like, this is where the Black people were really flourishing on their own. You know, they just wanted to be left alone at that time. But hey, people wanted to be integrated so badly, and they did. And that's when things started to dwindle down for us, because now we're trying to play on a field where we're not really wanted to. Over time, we have to wait generations later where people even forget what racism or what, you know, the roots of white and black, the system of racial oppression, what that even means. People had to forget it. People had to put in laws in place to make people feel guilty to a point to where, like, why you even think like that, you know?
We wasn't better off when we can be hung up on a tree and captured when they said we was free, and the other slave masters said, no, that's still my proof. We wasn't better off. We didn't have more.
Did you know Charlie Kirk before he died?
No.
I've seen him debate a few times, but I didn't know his name.
I want to say, me and him was on a segment together on Alex Stein's show, on Prime Stein with Alex Stein. So I want to say we had a brief segment, but him and Alex Stein is real good friends. So, but I've never heard of him, never knew anything about him, never seen a video before he died or nothing. So I'm saying, why would we be affected by a white boy getting killed by a white boy? Why would that bother black people? It don't matter. We don't cheer it on or nothing because his rhetoric don't reach my ears. He's never came across my algorithm. You know why? He arguing with college students that don't know a mother thing. He couldn't have debated me. He couldn't have debated me. One of the biggest lies I heard him say is that Trayvon Martin hunted George Zimmerman in the middle of.
Yes, that was another lie that Charlie Kirk would tell, with us, that Trayvon Martin hunted this dude. You can hear on the call that he went out and started messing with Trayvon. You can literally hear that on the call. But what is this rhetoric on this far-right Republican side? Oh, Trayvon Martin was causing havoc. He was being a nuisance. He was at a place he shouldn't have been. What is a 14-year-old boy doing out, you know, by himself? All this stuff, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. George Zimmerman got away with murder. End of the day, point blank period. He murdered a little boy and got away with it. When are you guys going to call that stuff out and call it what it is? Because I hear over and over again that the left causes all this race issue and causes all this turmoil to bring up, you know, wanting to be slaves. And I totally agree. Like, I hate when black people want to be slaves so damn bad in 2025. I hate that shit. Y'all don't help it though. You guys do not help it when you neglect issues that are right in front of your face that you can easily call out. You can easily call that out. You can easily look this up right now. You can look up the case and you can see, like, hold on, something's off with how everything happened with this kid, with this 14-year-old boy. So, you know, that's my point on that. And Charlie Kirk never really ended up on my algorithm either. I've seen one or two videos of Charlie Kirk and I clicked off and that's before he passed away, right? I clicked off. It's because I just felt like the audience he would speak to, some of the I think I heard just stuff I didn't agree with from Charlie Kirk. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. It's just a different fight. Like, who the people he arguing with, like, I don't even listen to these college kids debate. Because what they believe right now is not what they believe when they're gonna get older. You feel what I'm saying? And not to toot my own horn, but I was already thinking ahead when I was that age, 23, 24, 25. Like, a lot of them don't know if they want to get married. A lot of them don't know exactly what they wanted to be or what skill set they have, stuff like that. Like, around that age, I kind of had an idea already of what I wanted to do in life and what I wanted to accomplish and the things I wanted to stand upon. A lot of these kids, they grew up, you know, in these, and there's nothing wrong with this, but they grew up in these homes where they're silver spooned, right? They are privileged, very privileged, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. The issue with that sometimes is these kids feel like they don't have anything to live for. So they begin to attach themselves to anything that's out there. And sometimes it can be a negative effect on them, and it can be something far different from what their parents believe, just to feel involved, because their whole life they never feel involved. It makes them feel depressed. This is a real deep conversation. Like this is a whole separate video in itself. I'm so serious. It's like, and I notice it a lot with people with privilege. Like they don't know themselves for real. They never sat in a room by themselves. They never sat alone. They can't be alone. A lot of these kids, bro, straight up. And that's why you see a lot of them gravitating to this liberal rhetoric and stuff like that. They want to do what's cool to everybody. The same thing you think about the stuff in high school, because you really get out of all of this. Oh, I gotta wear Michael Jordan tennis shoes, or I gotta like the track star or the most prettiest girl. You get out of all that shit as you get older and realize what matters in life. You understand what I'm saying? So at that stage, these are kids that they really don't know where they want to be at, you know? So yeah.
Night. Then another thing I heard him say that black women can't think. Black women, he can't think. But then he says, if he saw a black pilot, he wondered if he's qualified.
Yeah, I see.
When I see a black pilot, I say, white folk let you get this job? For him to even be at the door to get the job, he got to be qualified. It's certain tests you got to pass. So yeah, they pick you on your color, but your color don't get you in the door. Your test scores do. So nigga, they trying to make it seem like black people ain't worked to accomplish what we done accomplished. And they forget they ain't built shit. So when I heard Charlie Kirk talking, all I heard him talk about is negative rhetoric, negative points, negative statistics about black people. What about the statistic that today's black fathers are more involved in their children's life than any other ethnicity?
100%.
So why he's saying, well, single mothers now, you must forgot Southern strategy. Let's tell the whole story. We've been duped and tricked. We have never had a fair shot. You talking about redlining.
Here's the big secret about women. We want you to flirt with us. We even want you to get sexual with us.
Jim Crow laws. So homie, he acting like the playing field been even amongst black people and white people. But I'm telling Kirk and all this people, black people are not y'all problem.
It's a fact.
We're not building missiles like North Korea and shooting them to the shores of Canada. We didn't take your planes and run them into the building. We ain't done none of that. All the crime that white people is complaining about is black on black. There's not a high black on white crime rate. I wish it was, because when I was a kid, every crime I committed, where's the camera? As a kid, every crime I committed was against white people, because I had black older people telling me, you go across the railroad tracks. The 10 Commandments is for your people. It ain't for nobody else. Thou should not kill his own kind. Thou should not steal from his own kind. But you can go over.
Hey, don't be listening to Charleston White when he talking about the Bible. He don't know what the hell he be talking about. He take out scriptures and he say what he want to say about it, just so it get just so he can be right. Like Kevin Samuels used to raise sign language. No, you don't need to be causing harm to anybody out there that's, you know, not harming you. So keep that in mind.
Steal. You can steal from white people if you black. You can rob white people if you black. They've been robbing us because we black. So they want to try to make it color don't matter to us. Color matter to them about everything. That's why they put race in place. When race don't matter to nobody but Americans. They play race with us. It's white nationality that they embrace. They white nationalist ideologies. That's why you hear that governor of Utah say, we was hoping it was somebody else, because they really want to hate. When I saw that, when I first saw Charlie Kirk get killed, and I didn't see it, I just heard about it. I don't watch white people. I don't watch nothing white people talk about, especially politics. That's the biggest con game sham. I'm playing con, homie. I'm not a Republican. I'm a smart. I'm not a Democrat. I don't give a fuck about being Republican or Democrat. I'm playing on both parties because both parties is dumb. All you got to know is some basic information about history and the Constitution, and you can play both sides. Because both sides are one and the same. A group of hateful old white people that are living in white fear because they know they done everybody wrong. And their greatest nightmare is one day somebody sits over them. They're losing their country and they blaming we ain't sent 9 grams of fentanyl across the borders that's destroying their white kids that's overdosing on fentanyl and opioids.
Come on.
We ain't sent now motherfucking coronavirus disease over here to cause a wipe out of sick homie, but they blaming they as if the crime bother them. Our crime do not affect white people. You know why? Because they got the prison on the stock exchange. So it ain't costing nobody no money to lock up. They making money off locking up. There go your free labor. So they complain about crime. They need this crime.
It was
to keep
crazy when I found out. And it was actually the prison that Fleece Johnson, y'all know the booty warrior from Boondocks, that he went to. That their prison, they make most of the license plates that are on the back of cars. A lot of them will make a lot of the jail garments or prison garments that they wear. A lot of them make just a lot of different materials that we use in our day-to-day lives. Like, it's crazy how much labor these prisons do, and you know they'll get paid cents for what they do per hour or whatever the case may be. And obviously they can't go out in the outside world to buy anything, but that's what they get to buy for snacks, food, or whatever the case may be in there. It's crazy.
slaves. That's why even if we never commit a crime, before you're born in America as a black person, you're already a criminal. You know why? Because we can line up 50 black women. How many black women are having boys? They raise their hand. Okay, all black women line up over here. We go 1, 2, 3. One of y'all boys are going to prison before they're even born. Well, who's saying that? America. Because America has a booming prison industry. And they need this prison industry. Not only that, it strips these black people of the rights we once gave them because we still need slaves for free labor. So this crime don't affect us.
But see, now that sounds weird. So one out of 3 black women that has a male child will end up in prison. So that's 33% of the black male population will end up going to prison. 33%. Okay, it's not the majority. Still, 33% is a large number because there's millions of us. So let's do the research. So where Charleston White is getting this from, because I believe he was born in the 70s or 80s, is that in the 2003, the Bureau of Justice Statistics reported that 32% of black males were born in 2001 could expect to go to prison at some point in their lifetime if incarceration rates stayed the same. That's where the 1 in 3 black men figure came from. But we have more recent findings, right? In 2018, Sentencing Project report estimated that 1 in 3 black boys born in the U.S. in the early 2000s would be in prison at some point if trends continue. For Latino boys, it was 1 in 6. For white boys, it was 1 in 17. However, incarceration rates have declined over the last 20 years. The BJS report in 2023 that imprisonment rates for black men have fallen significantly since the 2000s, though disparities still do remain. Black men are still about 5 times more likely to be in prison than white men in the US, but it's no longer accurate to say flatly that 1 in 3 black men will go to prison today. That was the projection from 2 decades ago under harsher sentencing laws and peak incarceration rates. The actual lifetime risk is now lower than 1 in 3, though still much higher than what it should be compared to other groups. So the real number today is actually closer to 1 in 5 or 20% of Black men that'll have a high chance of going to prison. So, you know, it's always good to fact check. You can't really take everybody to heart, and there was a lot of people do that. And they did this with Charlie Kirk. This is the real conversations about Charlie Kirk. It's like they would take his word for what he's saying. Even Black people would do this. And it's really, let's stop being lazy and actually do our own research. Let's stop being emotional and actually dig into what people are saying. Everybody's like, these idols of yours, they're not gods. They make mistakes, they mess up. So always check yourself before you wreck yourself. Do the research, look at the statistics. When I hear numbers like that, when I heard Charlie Kirk for the first time, and I agree with a lot of what Charlie Kirk says, but when I hear statistics like that, my antennas go off. Ain't no way in hell half of the Black population is committing murders. Ain't no way in hell.
And it don't affect white people while you're using it as talking points. How many black women having babies? 1, 2, 3. One of y'all going to prison. You know why? Because the American statistic says 1 in every 3 Black males will go to prison or be on some form of community supervision in their lifetime. It don't say maybe, it don't say well, but it says 1 in 3 will go. So who makes this shit up? We can go look at Black babies. 1, 2, 3. Boy, one of these nigga babies going to prison, and there's nothing nobody can do about it. Nigga, they put this in place for this race. Prison was not put in place for nobody else, but specifically this race. Yeah, we'll put others in there, but the majority is for these people. These people pose the greatest threats to us because they might want retribution one day because we ain't never been fair to them.
Let's fact check that. It's hard to really say that these prisons are built for Black people when the Federal Bureaus of Prisons specifically have 57.1% of white, 38.3% Black, 2.6% Asian, and 1.8% Native American. So white people are the majority for the prisons. You'll even hear about these prisons where like a Felice Johnson have went, or people that's went to the California prisons. Like whites are dominating, have the leg up in these prisons a lot of the times because they outnumber everybody. They get access to a lot of stuff than everybody too. Let's keep that in mind too, but they just outnumber. You talking about pure numbers, they outnumber a lot of people.
We ain't never been fair to them. So we got to make sure they stay where they are because our greatest fear is they get over us one day. Do you see how they do each other when they're fighting each other? Do you see some of these snippets when the 20 Black guys jump on one white boy? Homie, that's their greatest fear, that it's going to be like that everywhere for them. So they make sure they put things in place years in advance because what they said was, we must do this now for future generations may not understand. The future white people is going to be way more compassionate than these people. So they're putting things in place now that their children can't even undo because they like their slaves. They know their kids grow up and like Jim. And Jim, when I grow up and I'm slave master, I'm going to let you free, Jim. Even the kids had empathy. That's why they love us today. That's why they needed a Charlie Kirk. Homie, Charlie Kirk was a puppet for white supremacy and white racist hate in the name of, I invite you to the table, but I get to edit the talking points. I invite you to the table, but I'm targeting the younger minds. It's no difference than the LGBT that puts things in Disney channels, because whenever they want to build prisons, what they do is they target 3rd grade literacy tests. Who can read in the 3rd grade? Okay, we go build 2,000 more prison based on these region statistics, because these motherfuckers going to prison. Homie, so they're targeting our children. So what did Kirk do? Because you had Glenn Beck, you had Rush Limbaugh, you had Bill O'Reilly. They could not connect with the young people the way Obama did with white young people. Mitt Romney couldn't do it. Donald Trump really couldn't do it. So they needed a figure, a young figurehead. They tried to get Adin Ross. Adin Ross' group is too young. That's why he got to interview the president. They needed somebody.
Yeah, his son had to plug that in, by the way. I don't know if y'all remember that when Trump was going on his run for election, his son had to plug him into all these streamers and people who do podcasts that have great influence, because Trump don't know. A lot of these people are in office, don't know nothing about this streamer world or what the younger generation doing. So
who didn't embrace the way Adin them did. They needed somebody that could whitewash, that could be a great white hope, that seems like a perfect symbol. They found Charlie. Charlie liked, he just don't love the culture. He's not indoctrinated into the culture. He has a lot of black friends. He has a lot of compassion. He's not a racist. He's a good speaker like Dr. King. He's their Dr. King. Dr. King, what they wanted him, they made him that. He was just a charismatic leader that can speak, just like Charlie. Dr. King and Charlie are political puppets and tools. They both was assassinated because they changed their talking points. Dr. King was never about integration. That's what white folks wanted, to cripple blacks' economy. Integration strips black people of everything. The fight was always about equal rights and equal protection, something we still don't have, equal rights and equal protection. They can make mockery of George Floyd. We can't make mockery of nobody. We lose our jobs. They can do the Eric Garner challenge. I can't breathe. They go viral as a police department and never lose a job. They say, hey, let's do the Trayvon Martin Skittle challenge. They lay down with the Skittles. So they can do all of these homie challenges. And there's no repercussions and backlash. But it is for us, for anybody that speaks against their savior. So they've made him a god. They've made him almost like Jesus. They say he got a steel neck, that the bullet, his neck wasn't steel enough to stop the bullet. He wasn't that good where God didn't allow him to die. He was just a mortal man with flaws and sins, just like every other man. He wasn't no different, just like Dr. King.
When he died, people celebrated.
Good. They celebrated when George Floyd died. Yeah. White people celebrated George Floyd. I didn't celebrate because he don't mean nothing to me. My focus is on, why you hear people say, man, he don't never talk about white people. Why? White people ain't bothering us. I had to tell it today on a live, homie, there's been 2 black boys found hanging. Why me and you on here talking with nappy hair about this white man and he was killed by a white man? Why? So Charlie Kirk was given a few $1 million from an old white man to go out into America and win the hearts of young Americans for this Trump election. That's why you're hearing him saying his voice will echo for future generations. They needed a great white hope. Too many of their great white hopes was dancing the tune in the sounds of their niggas. They last great white hopes, other than the old ones like Rush Limbaugh, Bill O'Reilly, so they couldn't use them, homie. That's why you don't see them on Fox News. They went and got Charlie Kirk. They went and got Adin Ross. They got Alex Stein, and they use these non-racist, non-hateful-hearted Caucasian guys in the name of standing in Christianity, but they even hung us in the name of Christianity.
You said if he would have went to a HBCU, it wouldn't happen.
He'll still be alive. They just would have recorded him. You see, I went to a HBCU. They just wanted to record me and ask me a bunch of questions.
You still stormed off, but
because, homie, my time is valuable. I just left a high school that has a resource center with canned goods, clothes. So I'm talking about, let's partner over here. Man, let me bring Adin Ross in here to school. Man, let's build this resource club, man. So who do I give money to? So this is what I'm on. I'm coming over here knowing the HBCU struggling. Man, who can we help? Who can we help? They want to debate snitching. I stayed an extra day with a pocket full of money to bless. Man, I could have been gone. And I was on the mushroom with that, with that jitter dick still on the. So I've been fucking all night. We've been out all night party, nigga. Been all night. The mushroom still on the ass. I want to go back and fuck, and I ain't got no drawers on. So they had to give me a belt.
But it's wild. Boy, Charleston White out here on these white people drugs. I would have never imagined. I know Charleston White a nut. I don't even think he drink like that. He smoke. He smoke. Smoke hella dope. But yeah, man, he didn't got a hold of too much money. He on that shroom. Man, it's one thing I hate. I hate a white boy off them shrooms, boy. It's one boy, I hate a white boy off them damn shrooms. Hey, let me know down in the comments you ever dealt with a white boy off them damn shrooms. It was hell, man. I was doing business for this dude, and it was hell, bro. He was just gone. I was damn near babysitting.
At the high school. Said, give me a bed at the high school. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm finna go back to the room. Man, let's just run over here right quick. I'm like, let me go throw my jewelry on. You know, a nigga want to get free. So, I'm ambushed. So when I'm sitting there, homie, I'm saying, man, motherfucker, pay me for this. Homie, they don't even respect the time. I ain't into snitching. So why am I on so many? Nigga, I was disgusted. So I understand how Charlie Kirk and them can go and say all the things about us when they doing this shit on the college campus, homie. Homie, he would have slaughtered them with their minds, homie. So I got over here with these are doctors such and such. What we doing? So homie, I was disgusted, and I went to calling the kids. Man, y'all get y'all mother. I thought, man, y'all ain't no motherfucking kids no way. That's why y'all mama, man, poor ass mother. So now I'm mad at them.
Y'all don't get that. Y'all motherfuckers in school, bro. Talking gangster talk. Bro, it's a luxury. Like people who out in the hood selling dope, doing shit, doing dumb shit, robbing, stealing, burglary. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's some kids that's about that action that's in college. But most of y'all, bro, grew up with a fucking silver spoon, bro. Like, stop acting like y'all like that. Stop acting like y'all not gonna tell on your mans. Stop acting like y'all sold the most dope. Stop acting like y'all the opposite of the Future song called Shit. He exactly what y'all what he was talking about. Y'all exactly what he was talking about. Went and bought all them guns and ain't nobody popped up dead. Bro, stop doing that shit. You look retarded, you look slow, you look stupid. You are a civilian. Go to school, get your education, get your trade on, find a job, go to work and make money, pay off the debt, motherfucker. Fuck all this gangster talk, bro. You niggas are so dumb. I would have been disgusted too. Y'all got me up here and I'm up here for free. You sorry motherfucker want to talk about Young Thug. Y'all niggas probably don't even know the whole motherfucking case. Cause it seems to me too, college professors ain't calling out the students enough because motherfuckers are too lazy to do their own damn research.
And so now I'm saying to high school, homie, why? I done been through this shit, homie. Charlie Kirk had a motherfucker give him $4-5 million. I didn't have nobody give me nothing. I did it for 10 years. I would say, my mama would give me some money. The old, I done had a few politicians, white politicians, but it wasn't until I started threatening these street to call the police on them that I really started getting community help. I'm gonna start, so street saying, man, that nigga really do be doing it. And I ain't taking the money. So for me to have to be making money now, me and my kids living a life we ain't never dreamed of, why would I go back to helping black people, homie, when to help black people don't help you and your family?
What type of white threats have you been getting over the last week? Have you been getting? I know shows have been canceled.
Yeah.
But so, what is the white? How are white people treating you right now?
In person, lovely. Online, I don't know. Because I'm so trending right now. It's so many messages. I just see what's in the comment section. You're gonna get Charlie Kirk. So, how many different people don't realize? I ain't afraid to die. Because I ask people, who tricked us into believing that death is a bad thing and everything has to die? Every flower, every roach, everything has to die. So if the good people have to die, the bad. So who say death is a bad thing, and why should you be afraid of it? And we all have to walk that journey. So I don't let nobody trick me to make me think death is being a bad thing. I don't want to die and have to live. I want to live. So I wake up every day to live. I don't worry about dying from death. I can't stop it. And when I'm dead, I don't know I'm dead. So who gives a oh, we go laugh when you die. So I ain't gonna know. And then my kids just go cry till the insurance policy kick in. They realize daddy done left them a man, they go, damn, my children ain't gonna last long. Now them hoes might be mad, but nigga, I'm gonna have them in position where they ain't gonna cry. So now everybody go be in position. So now I didn't celebrate it one way or another because I wasn't in tune with him. So when I heard it, Aiden Ross had called me and said, hey, Charleston, what you think about it? I said, man, that's fucked up. They'll kill the dude. Because he said, yeah, the same people that's laughing and celebrating him will laugh and celebrate me and your death. So nigga, shit don't bother me. Nigga, I celebrate people's death. Who told you celebrating somebody's death is wrong when y'all celebrate the dead for Halloween? Even your Christian Bible tells you let the dead bury the dead. Don't celebrate the dead. Don't honor the dead. Love thy neighbor. Honor thy mother and my. So how can y'all do all this shit for the dead and worship the dead? Make idols. We're going to do that. These are Christian people doing this. And the Bible totally speaks of that, speaks against that. So these aren't real Christians. That's why they want to embrace hate in their heart. So initially, just like with Gilly the Kid, I showed empathy for Charlie Kirk. But boy, just as soon as I saw the next day that white people and media outlets were saying, we can't say nothing bad about Charlie Kirk. They said, you can't nobody. So
people are losing jobs. So
I done lost. So they just added 8 more shows. So I will book every week from here to December 31st. I done lost at least 10 shows. I don't give a damn.
And that's the attitude you gotta have if you really finna. All y'all motherfuckers that got online, and this is what I've been saying, doing all that bragging, all that shit talking, and you lost your job. The consequences of freedom of speech. But see, it hit different when you know those consequences. You go, fuck it. I'm gonna stand on my spine. You don't even feel that shit. But y'all want to tell the world, oh, they can't do us like this. People shouldn't be able to lose their job for this and this and that. Motherfuckers won't let you go because they felt like you were acting out in a way that the company doesn't want to be represented. They can do what the fuck they want to do. It's private companies. Like y'all head so big that y'all think the world revolves around y'all. Oh, they can't do. Yeah, the fuck they can. Who the fuck are you to tell them they can't? Who the fuck is Charleston to tell these people, man, why y'all gonna start my shows just because I talk about Charlie Kirk? I like that. I don't give a damn. Stop my shit. You can't tell me what I get to speak on and what I do, what I get to speak on and what I do not get to speak on. I choose that. He chose his freedom. Y'all wanted to play poke the bird and run. You ain't even got a shotgun in your hand. Come on.
Who gonna tell me what I can't? So listen, I remember one time as a kid, they used to have them light covers up there. And in them old cars, the light cover come off, you can see the light. And my mama seen me looking at it one time. And she was going to the grocery store. She said, boy, you better not touch that light. Soon as she got out the car, because she said it, I touched it. Finger burnt like a mother. She spanked me. She said, I told you, I seen you thinking about it. Fast forward till I got a little older. Her and her friend was going out one time. And her friend said, hey, I'm leaving my car keys in here. Y'all better not drive my car away. But she was joking. I wouldn't even think about stealing her car till she said it. You can't tell me what I can't do. If you say, man, you can't do that, I'm going to prove to you I can. So the fact that white people, white club owners, white club managers When I go on stage and say black people need to be taken back to slavery, I can't wait till white folk put us in slavery. I made fun of George Floyd, get it the kids, son, boo. Nigga, white folk love it like a mother. So I'm saying, well, maybe let's see if they can take it.
Couldn't take it. That's true. I can't knock it. I don't agree with Charleston making fun of Charlie Kirk at all. But we see why he did it. Maybe he'll say it later in the interview, because I think I stopped a little bit before this when I was watching it by myself. Charleston White always say he play a character. But the reason why he plays a character is because he figured out the algorithm of the internet. When people say they're going one way, you go the other. But you speak about the same topic that they're headed towards. You'll stay relevant. You'll always stay relevant. If everybody's saying, man, F Diddy, he a pedo. No, let Diddy go. What Diddy do to that? You do that, you always gonna be. When everybody was saying, F R Kelly, F R Kelly, F R Kelly, he a pedophile, he did this. Oh, I can't believe R. Kelly. Say you love R. Kelly. No, let that nigga R. Kelly go. Be vocal about it. That's how you stay relevant. I'm not telling you to do that, but that's the method to the madness. That's the character. That's why when he was kind of saying it, I knew it was a method behind the madness. And I also knew that in reality, Charleston White actually relates more to Charlie Kirk than he is a difference. Whether he openly admit that or not. But be honest, a lot of black people actually relate to Charlie Kirk, but they hate to say that because the whole world makes it cool to hate him. That makes sense. And I'm saying like the whole world, and there's a majority hates Charlie Kirk, but you know what I'm saying? On that side of the fence where black people mostly vote Democratic and are usually putting themselves as victims of white supremacy today in 2025, they're going to speak on the rhetoric, oh, Charlie Kirk is a racist, stuff like that. So yeah, man.
They've always ditch hate out and cry if it come back. They always play victim when it come back. So nigga, just the fact that they said I can't do it, my agency mad at me. Even my mama said, son, I said, mama, let me read what I told my mom. I said, mama, the fact that they saying I can't say it, that's what's making me do it. So I thought of all the horrible things you can say about Charlie Kirk, and I went on a rant for days because who gonna take this freedom of speech away? And that's what Charlie Kirk spoke for. So the more I researched Charlie Kirk, the more I saw he was a white Charleston White. I'm not a black Charlie Kirk. He's a white Charleston White because he talking crazy to about nigga shit. But he's also promoting free speech. He's also saying there's no such thing as hate speech. So the shit that I'm saying, Charlie would clap for. Even though it's wrong, he has a right to it. So I'm saying white folks are pure hypocrites. Look at them. This is what Charlie stood for. The very exact thing that I'm doing, telling the masses of people, you, we need shootings. This was good for Charlie because we get to keep our rights. Even Charlie said that. Charlie said we need these shootings to keep our rights. So what the fuck are they crying for? And I'm saying what I say all the time. Homie, we need police shootings, my nigga. Police shooting bring niggas together. We need, don't I say that? Yeah. So me and Charlie are one and the same. So why would white people come up against me? Because I'm black. I was their boy. I was their boy long as I was singing their tune in their favor.
I'm not gonna lie, like over the past week, I gained more respect for you because I said Charleston has no picks. He don't give a like.
No, I'm not playing a character if I am. Listen to me. Didn't I tell y'all I was playing a character? If I have picks, then that mean I've been lying. I'm not playing a character.
They fell in love with the Mackin, man.
If I'm telling you I'm playing a character online, and y'all believed it at first until I said something about Charlie. Now it's personal. So everybody I made it personal to said he's not playing a character. But long as I don't make it personal, oh man, he's playing it. Oh man, he's wild and funny. So if I decided to go along with everybody and not speak on Charlie in the way that I did, then I've been lying. I'm not playing a character. I'm really playing a character. Half the shit I said about Charlie, I don't even mean. I'm just now starting to learn more and more about Charlie. As a matter of fact, one of Charlie's good friends, Alex Stein, texted me, said, man, I'm at the funeral, and told me, man, Alex said, man, and Alex Stein is a good friend of mine. His dad, how many of these white Jewish people that got a love for niggas? His daddy was been a bail bomber for 50 years. No Pops, no Billy Ray Maddox, no the Douglases, the men, no everybody, Bobby Reed, no everybody. They all done gamble with the sheriff, and so that was my bail bonds. Alex Stein, dad, that's my bail bondsman every time I go to jail. I ain't got to come with no money or nothing, nigga. The judge, so they started giving me no bonds because Alex Stein daddy was getting me out with no money. At first, I was using money to get out. They hit me with a $90,000. Alex Stein daddy started getting me out with no money. So they ain't like that. So that's why I started getting hit with the no bond. So these are my friends. Aiden Ross is my friend. So when I said that, homie, I hurt my friends. Just like I done said some shit about black people that hurt some friends. When I said some shit about Gilly's son, then my mama. When I said something about Lil Ronnie's son, my mom and family. So it's no difference. But I'm saying, man, who care about what I say? Look at what humans do to one another. So I'm saying, look at all these white people want to hate. They want to hate. But it was so disappointed when they find out they can't hate their own, because they will not hate their own. They will not hate their own. So I had to have some empathy, because niggas, some people I know is attached to them, and my words is affecting them. So Alex sent a message to Sane and Dewberry. Said, man, tell Charleston, man, you know, Charlie was a good guy and he really loved black people. I mean, so I trust what Alex say. Alex personally know him. So, but I don't mean I'm gonna stop. It's a character, and it's a method to the madness. I'm standing on free speech no matter what I'm saying. There's no hate in my heart. I don't mean it. Somebody his wife, man, I don't mean that. And then this what got me. I'm saying white people done turn hateful. This is an instance where black people, no white people ever show compassion. In a police shooting, black people are unforgiving, just like these white people. We won't forgive nobody. We saying off with the head. We want to punish white people. And it's all white people we want to punish, because one white officer killed one black dude. So we do the same thing. That's what I mean. We are just like our slave masters. We have become them. We hate like them. We eat like them. We like red meat like them. We like to be in cool air, in the air conditioner where it's cold and cool. We don't like to be in the sun. We like them, homie. We run from the sun like them. We done start putting sunscreen on like them. We get the same diseases they.
Fun fact, I never put sunblock on a day in my life. And I love the sun. Ask my wife. Man, when I get a break from work, I'll go outside. I work from home. I'll go outside and soak my ass in some sun. Get your black ass in some sun, man. The sun will not hurt you.
Yeah, and we've never gotten the same diseases as white people. The Indians were the only ones, because we never ate like them. We have the same diets. We eat at the same restaurant. No, we go to the same doctors. So of course they're gonna diagnose us. Yeah, they don't know how to diagnose. That's why they study our bodies. They don't study their bodies. The oldest bones is an African woman named Lucy. Those study the DNA from a black woman, not a white woman. Nigga, they take our organs to put in their old white bodies. They don't put white young organelles. So we've become them by nature. So we hate like them. So I'm saying white people done turn back to being hateful. Until Charlie Kirk wife spoke yesterday at the funeral. Yeah, to hear the words, I forgive you, homie. Some powerful words. Because most people don't say them.
She forgives the shooter.
Yeah. My victim family forgave me.
Whether she meant that or not, like to the whole crowd, that was really, really, really powerful.
And I got to hear him say it. Look me in my eyes and tell me that. So, yeah, that tugged on my heart. I said, yeah. Nah. So, but I had already proven my point. So if you notice, I really don't even mention it no more. I wanted to use the verb when it was sensitive. That's when I attack. And I think I've proven my point. America is a hypocritical nation. Whites, blacks, this is not a Christian country. When you have the leader of the free world, of the presidents, just says that I'm not like Charlie, but they're honoring Charlie. President Trump me up, homie.
Facts.
Your leader's supposed to always have compassion. They let me know Trump is a weak man. Thug, a weak man. Woody, a strong man. Only the strong can show compassion for the weak. Trump can't show no compassion. White people don't show no compassion because they're weak. But Charlie and his wife were strong in spirit. She said, I forgive the shooter. So she didn't allow the seed in the roots of white racism and white hate to run parallel with her husband's voice, because they say his voice will be heard in future generations. Well, along with his voice is a voice of hate. Our president, and I voted for him. He said, I hate my opponent. How can you hate another American when they've done nothing to you? It's just a difference of ideologies and political opinion. So for him to stand over a man who professed Christianity, professed his faith in Christ, welcome all ethnicities and people to the table to have a discussion. And what I found so remarkable about him, he never got upset or offended by anything. So his mannerisms is something that I admire, because I see that in Aiden Ross. I see that in a lot of other people. Homie, in order to...
You can make serious money design.
It's so beautiful, you know, his realization about who Charlie Kirk really was. And it was the same for me. It's like when I'm watching these videos of Charlie Kirk saying like, oh, he's racist because he said this. Oh, he's racist because he said that. He's racist because... And you watching, you like, nah, that's not what I see. That's not what I see. And so I just say it's remarkable. I totally agree with him. You know, President Trump was, you know, a person I picked. But for him to make it about himself at that memorial like that, I think that was really low. That was really low for him to do. And I think Charleston White hit the nail on the head when he said, you know, that's a sign of a weak man. Weak man, you can't hold constraint. Because it's one thing to feel how you feel just based off how you raise and how you know, you think about things and you have your different aspects about life, because you know Trump's not a Christian for real, you know. He say he believe in a God, but he's not a Christian for real, you know what I'm saying? And he can have that type of rhetoric, but it's like there's a time and a place for it. He don't give a damn. Trump gonna do what Trump do. You know, and I know his method to the madness too, right? Like, I know why he was speaking like that at the memorial. Like, no matter what, like, he's always gonna stay on principles. He's gonna keep his foot on the throat of whoever it is, right? With his personality and who he really is. Yeah, I thought it was powerful for Kirk's wife to get up there and say, you know, I already forgive you. It ain't been days, and it's so much hate that's being spewed about her husband. Like, think about that. Like, think about you having a significant other die, and you hear all this rhetoric of how people are laughing, joking, doing slander, saying, oh, he got hit in the neck, like doing all this slander on this man's name. That killer caused that. He caused that echo. She didn't let that play her mind. If she really meant this, right? Like, I forgive him. I forgive him. I'm not going to allow the hate of these white nationalists. And you got white nationalists out there saying, you know, white power, white power. Stand up for the white man. Stand up for the white man. You know, it's just ironic. The white man ended up killing him, was the one killing him. But she looked through all that. She looked through all that, man.
Designing and Framer. Here's how. You can sell premium templates and keep 100% of the sale.
Be in a position where he is. you can't get angry. So you never saw a clip where he got angry. Because I'm passionate about some of the things I speak on. If you catch me out of character, I'm gonna get angry. I was angry at that school. Man, face BC, I felt attacked, I felt ambushed, I was angry. But on camera, homie, I ain't bringing my emotions. So that's what I admired about it. But to have a president, homie, the world is watching, and they're saying this guy is a believer in Christ, and they're talking Christianity, only for the president, who maybe is an atheist, to reject everything that man stood for. And said, no, I'm not like Charlie. And then said this in front of his wife after she says, I forgive him. That was a spit in the face of his legacy. You don't profess hate over love and forgiveness. So he almost drowned out her forgiveness because there was somewhat of a cheer in the center of the arena. You didn't hear no other cheer around, but there was a section of cheer in a small section of that arena that you hear some people applaud to hate. And there's nothing that, and this is what I used to tell myself when I used to say, man, I hate you, Dad. I used to go in the shower and say, man, God, please don't let my heart be hard toward my own people. Because I know there's nothing that nothing good can do with a heart full of hate. Saying good, man, love and hate and good can't coexist in a heart with hate in it. So for our president to confess that, what comes out of a man's mouth is in his heart. And he pressed it, he was proudly saying it. So pride comes before destruction. So what I believe what we're seeing now.
Welcome to Take 5 Oil Change.
Hey, how long will this take? I'm kind of in a rush.
Just 10 minutes.
Get out, 10 minutes?
Is the destruction of white America, not America.
I don't think Charlie deserved to die though.
I don't think nobody deserved to die.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody deserved to die. But some people who done kill people. Yeah, I believe in the death penalty. But Charlie ain't hurt nobody.
Yeah.
Charlie ain't hurt nobody where he deserved a bullet. People who hurt people, that shoot people, they deserve bullets. People who fight people, they deserve knuckles. You reap what you sow. You live by the sword, but Charlie didn't live by bullets. But you also have to think, I don't believe, well, I don't want to get into the conspiracy shit. But when you look at what done happened since his death, with different things that have been signed into law and things like that, you almost think that he was sacrificed.
Yeah,
he was sacrificed. Yeah, he was sacrificed.
You feel like that kid,
for the greater good of America.
You feel like that kid was in it on his own, or it was a team?
That was a team. Just like we saw him climbing down, somebody else saw him too. Who looking at the camera that saw him walk up there and climb down after the shot?
Come on now.
How did that 71-year-old man know that was going to happen, to jump up to say, hey,
I did it.
God damn it, I'm the one that did it. Only for them to find child porn in his phone. He know he got child porn in his phone, and he finna jump up at a shooting like this. Homie, if we can see it, it's not real. If they let us see it on television, it's a smoke screen. From the 9/11 planes flying in, homie, they didn't let us see when it hit the Pentagon. They let us see it running to they let us see George Floyd. They don't let you see the other ones. So no other police shooting, they give you details on like they gave you George Floyd. So homie, that's what made Charlie Kirk dangerous, because he wasn't talking his belief system. He had talking points for movement.
You and him had the same take on George Floyd as well.
Yeah.
He didn't really he didn't really have a lot of good things to say about George Floyd, like yourself.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him, other than he had misinformed talking points. He had screwed statistics that was shaped for rhetoric. But what make him dangerous, homie, is what they're doing to black people is no different than what Hitler did to the Jews in Germany. The media, laws, rhetoric and propaganda. So between Hollywood entertainment, painting us as thugs, criminals, killers, rapists, abusive men. So that's one entity projecting us in a demeaning light. Then you got the news media. Every night you showing crime. Nigga, they got different terms for us. You haven't heard this little white kid be called a monster, be called a savage, the things that they say about us. Nigga, they soft with him. They're making excuses for him. He was a good kid till he got with the transsexual, start fucking the Democratic boy. So they making it, they blaming liberalism. Not a kid with an undeveloped brain who did not make a lifelong decision, because the human brain does not develop. And all the science research and medical data proves that the human brain does not develop to at or around the age of 25 based on the prefrontal cortex of the brain for you to make a logical, rational decision and say, this is what I want to do. So that's not what he really wanted to do as a kid. So when you ask a kid, man, why you do that? And they say, I don't know. They really don't. It's impulse. It's impulse. So that's why that kid will not be sentenced to death, because our Supreme Court have already ruled you can't kill this baby. He don't have a developed brain.
Oh.